there, and thanks for checking out today's jazz guitar chord lesson. In this chord lesson I'd like to show you how to play a really cool chord type called the minor 9th chord. Now the minor 9th chord is a lot like a minor 7th chord. It's an extension of the minor 7th chord, and the extension is in the name, the 9th. That's why it's called the minor 9th chord. And what that means is basically a minor 9th chord, it can contain all the notes of a minor 7th chord, and on top of that you can have the 9th stacked. That's the additional note, the extension. Of course you don't always have to have all the notes of the original minor 7th chord. You might get rid of the root and replace it with the 9th as well. That's another way in which you can create a minor 9th inversion. But anyway, that's the theory behind it. And the minor 9th chords that I'm going to show you, they're basically organised in two ways. The first way is from converting some inversions, which some of you will already know as drop 2 major 7 chords, to minor 9 chords, so you don't really have to learn anything new. If you know these chords, you can just use them in a different way from what you usually do to create minor 9 chords. And the second set of minor 9th chord inversions is basically a collection of different minor 9th inversions that I've learned from transcribing and listening to different jazz guitarists over the years. So in that set there's inversions used by players such as Jim Hall, which are really cool to explore. As with most of the lessons on this YouTube channel, there's tab and notation, audio examples, all that kind of good stuff available for free. All you have to do is follow the link below this video, and that'll take you to my website, which has all the stuff we're going to be talking about in tab, notation, and you have audio examples as well. So I recommend that you pause the video and you load that up so you can follow along with this video as we go along. So without further ado, let's get zoomed in and let's check out how to play minor 9th chords for jazz guitar. I hope you enjoy the lesson. As I mentioned in the intro, there's a really easy way in which you can generate an abundance of minor 9 chord inversions, and that's what we're going to be looking at first. So for today's lesson we're going to be in the key of D minor, and because we're in this key I've actually detuned the bottom E string of my guitar to a D note there, and don't worry, I'm not switching from jazz to rock or anything like that, not like there's anything wrong with rock music, but because in the key of D minor, if I tune my bottom E string to a D, it can fill out the sound a little bit more and give you kind of the content of D minor rather than a different key. And this is a really cool thing to do. Whenever you're practicing chords in D minor, it could be quarter chords like what I just played then, or general minor 7th inversions. It's a bit more of an interesting way to practice in the key of D minor, I think. Anyway, so this first method that I've got, basically what you have to do is you're in D minor, and if you want a bunch of D minor 9 inversions, think of the drop 2 chords of the relative major of D minor. So to think of the relative major of D minor, we just need to count up 3. So we go D minor, E minor, F. So F is the relative major of D minor. So I can just take a drop 2 F major 7 chord like this and play it with a D bass note, and that'll be a D minor 9 chord, because look, we've got E the 9th, A the 5th, C the 7th, and then F the 3rd. So that's a perfectly acceptable D minor 9 chord. The other inversion, that's a really nice D minor 9 chord as well. The next inversion is this one. And I've got tabs for each of these inversions on my website. I'm not going to explain the harmony for each one because drop 2 chords, it's all the same formula. You've always got, in relation to D minor 7, you've always got the 9th, the 5th, the 7th and the 3rd, just like in this one. 3rd, 7th, 9th, 5th, just in a different order, an inversion. This one works as well. As a side note, I haven't included this on my website, but some of the closed positions work really nice as well. That's an F major 7th chord voicing in closed position, F, A, C, E, and that sounds really nice as well. Now that we've established one way of playing minor 9th chords, I'd like to move on and show you some different minor 9th inversions that I've found from listening and watching to different guitarists over the years. So the first one looks and sounds like this. And I learnt this chord voicing from a transcription that I was looking at of a guitarist called Laggy London. That's a really nice sounding minor ninth chord. And you can think of this one as being kind of a variation of the drop 2. That would be the drop 2 minor ninth chord that we looked at, you know, if that was an F major 7 chord. That's the one that a lot of guys play, but the thing that Laggy Lund does is he plays the 9th of the chord with his 3rd finger, and he goes for the 7th up here, and then he kind of extends his 1st finger to grab the G note there on the 10th fret of the A string. And it just kind of produces a slightly more contemporary, fuller sound than the old one. Both are good, but that's a nice little variation that you can do on that chord. So that's the Laggy Lund chord. The next one is a shell voicing chord. And it kind of looks and sounds like that. So the shell voicing for D minor by itself. If you don't know what shell voicings are, I've got a video on this channel which explains what they are. But the shell voicing is a C note, the 7th of the chord, and F note, the 3rd of the chord. Common extension for a shell voicing is the 11th. So most people know that chord voicing already, but a really nice extension you can do to this is to add the 9th again, 12th fret of the top E string. So you then have the 7th, 3rd, 11th, 9th. Really nice shell chord you can use for a minor ninth. The next one I learned from Jim Hall. And he actually puts the 9th on the bottom of the chord. So at the top of the chord is just a bar, D, A and F, and then he puts the 9th in this key. It's on the 14th fret of the D string. Really nice sound. This is also the chord that Barney Cassell uses in Cry Me a River on those great recordings he did with Julie London, so you can hear that there, and that's a fantastic jazz guitar chord that's really commonly used. Yeah, and what Jim Hall tends to do is he likes to walk this down. So there I was just getting the 9th, moving the small finger down. I was playing triplets, just going down the chord, E, 1, 2, 3, moving the small finger down, 1, 2, 3, moving the small finger down again. You could finish on the minor major 7 if you wanted to, the C sharp as the major 7th. If that sounds too distant, you can keep on walking down. It's a really nice little trick you can do with that chord. So they're the first 3 jazz guitar minor ninth chord voicings that aren't found in the drop 2 set, so to speak. The last one I'm actually going to go back up to E, because this is a bossa nova chord, which is a great jazz guitar chord voicing as well. So this is kind of like the original, or the drop 2 chord that we looked at for this was kind of like this. Remember the F major 7th one with the 3rd on top? So this basically the last chord, what I've done here is I'm not playing the top E string anymore. I'm putting my 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the A string, and I'm playing this like that. And this is a bossa nova chord. The reason I call it that, and the reason I've switched to fingerstyle, is because you can play bossa nova with this chord. Use that if you're playing How Insensitive. It's a really useful chord for bossa nova style playing. Thank you for checking out this lesson on minor ninth chords. I hope that you found it useful and you enjoyed learning them. I recommend that you explore these chords over a static minor 7th chord situation first, like a minor 7th vamp, or a tune that predominantly uses minor 7th chord voicings such as So What or Impressions, which will really give you time to switch between all of them. I have written out one more minor ninth chord lick, and it's the one that I play at the very beginning of this video lesson in the intro. And if you'd like to get tab notation for that, that's at the very bottom on my website. I wanted to kind of keep that as a bonus chord lick in case you needed some more material that uses these minor ninth chords. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give the video a like using the like button below. And if you subscribe to this channel, you'll get free access to all the brand new jazz and guitar blues lessons that I post. So thanks again for checking out this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.